Hi, my name is Greg Jameson, and I want to talk to you today about the exciting world of wholesale e-commerce. We're going to be talking about business-to-business transactions. Now, the reality is that there are two types of shopping carts out on the market today. There are retail shopping carts, or business to consumer, and there are business-to-business shopping carts, typically used for wholesale. These two models require completely different e-commerce platforms. And the reason is that with a standard retail shopping cart, the way that somebody normally goes and buys products is that they browse around the site for a little bit, they find an item they like, they add it to the cart. And then maybe they browse around the site a little bit more and find something else and they add it to the cart. And we're all done shopping. They go to checkout and they pay with a credit card. That's not the way that wholesale transactions work. If you are in the B2B arena, business to business, you need an e-commerce software that has the ability for the customer to log in to your site in order to attain wholesale pricing. You want to have unlimited pricing levels based upon your business rules. You need the ability to select multiple products simultaneously from a price list, as if you are shopping, say, from a spreadsheet, and add them to the order all at once. And then you need the ability to check out using established credit terms or company purchase orders, such as net 30, and then be able to pay on that later rather than just using credit cards. You may need the ability to edit an order after it has been placed, thus allowing for partial shipments. And as the person doing the purchasing, you may want to be able to log into your account and make a payment on outstanding balances. So there's a number of different things that are different about a wholesale shopping cart versus a standard retail shopping cart. And I'm going to show you what some of those differences are today. As I said, the vast majority of e-commerce shopping carts on the market, they have the same mindset. They assume that the purchaser is the consumer, even if they are labeled B2B. For example, if I want to go and purchase a bunch of printing supplies, paper, ink toner, and so forth, for my business, and I'm buying those products from an office supply store, that is considered a business-to-business transaction because I am a business and buying products for me to use. But that's not the same as if I am buying products for my store that I'm purchasing from a manufacturer in order to sell in my store to the final consumer. That requires a wholesale e-commerce shopping cart. What we've done at Web Stores Limited is completely different. We have software that we designed ourselves from the ground up to be a wholesale-specific shopping cart, and every aspect of the software can be customized to fit your individual business model. Now, one of the differences between a wholesale cart and a retail cart is that a wholesale site requires you to log in order to make a purchase. Now, when you go to one of these sites, what happens if a visitor to the site has not yet logged in? Well, you really have three different choices. You can hide all of the products and prices, saying that you simply can't see anything until you log in. You could display the products to show people what you have, but not show them the prices. Or you could display the products and the prices and basically allow the visitor to order something at retail, but if they were to log in as a wholesale customer, then they would get wholesale pricing. So you could have all three of those different options. So here's an example of the first option. If you go to this site and you click on one of the products, Tavern Puzzles, it tells you immediately that if you're going to access this area, you need a username and password. We're not going to show you anything until you have a username and password. In this example, we're showing the products, but we're not showing any prices. Instead, we put a message in that says, for wholesale prices, you need to log in or sign up. And in the third example, we show the actual products out there at wholesale pricing and at retail pricing, and allow you to add those to the cart as if you want to do some shopping. Let's actually take a look live at a couple of these examples. So I'm going to start here with Main Street Shop, and we can see here that we've got a number of different types of popcorn in here. And perhaps I'm going to shop for some candied popcorn, and maybe I really like the black cherry popcorn. I can come in here and I can see that I could add black cherry popcorn to my shopping cart at retail prices. However, if I go over to the wholesale tab and I log in as a wholesale supplier, now I'm logged in, and maybe I want to click on this speed order, and you can see here that for, in this case, the caramel corn, the retail price is grayed out with a slash through it, and I now have the wholesale price. If I go back to the home page and click on the candied black cherry popcorn again, instead of it being $4, I can now purchase this for $2. So that's just one example of being able to see the wholesale pricing by logging in, but being able to order at retail. Now, another example here, as we saw earlier, is that someone may not be logged in to this particular jewelry site, and if I click on a particular product, I'm going to go, in this case, to box chains, and I'll just choose the very first product in the box chain category, and we can see that since we haven't logged in, we can see the product, we can actually see the images of the product and so forth, but we can't order until we have logged in. Okay, so the next question then is, if I need to log in order to get a product, to be able to buy products at wholesale, how do I get a wholesale account in the first place? Well, there's a couple of ways that you can do this. The first is you could just have a paper form that somebody fills out. They meet you at a trade show. You want them to be able to sell your products, buy your products at wholesale and sell them. So you could have your typical dealer or reseller application. You could also put this application online, which is what we typically do in the software, so that somebody fills it out online. They give you all of their information, including their sales tax license number, their desired username and password, where they're located, and so forth, whatever other credentials you want to require of them. And then you have the option to either manually approve the accounts or to have an automatic registration based upon a questionnaire, which then sends an email verification back to them. So here's an example of an online dealer application. And this one here is going to require a manual approval of the account. I, as the dealer, would fill this information out, and then the owner of the website would get an email saying, this person has just filled out a dealer application. You need to go in and see if you want to do business with them or not. And if you do, you manually approve the account on the back end. You change it from account disabled to account enabled. Now, another choice might be that you say, when somebody's in the mood to buy, I want to sell it to them. I don't want them to have to wait to get manual approval for being a dealer of my products. Instead, I want them to fill out the application, but as soon as they fill out the application, I want them to be automatically approved to be able to purchase my products and sell them. Now, to do this, what you might do is go through the typical process of a new customer registration, but you might ask some additional questions. In this case here, we're asking some questions about how frequently they buy, and every time that you buy, about how much product do you purchase. So if I purchase monthly and every month I'm going to spend between $250 and $500, I'm going to say, okay, that's great. I now know what your buying patterns are, and based upon that buying pattern, I'm going to give you a discount of 18.9% or whatever it is. The user clicks on register, an email goes out to that user verifying that they in fact really meant to fill this out and that all this is correct. They click on the link provided, and now they can go in and start purchasing immediately today. So the choice is up to you whether you want to manually approve your dealers or have them automatically approved by the system. Now, as I said, wholesale ordering is different than retail. And one of the ways that it's different is that somebody might want to go in and fill out an order form and being able to add a whole bunch of products to the cart all at one time. We can see here in this case that someone can go in there and add a bunch of those things to the cart. Now, there's various ways of handling this. In this case here, we aren't showing what the products are, we're just providing a list. In this case, however, we're actually showing a thumbnail of what the product is, and we're showing the retail price as well as what their wholesale price is. And finally, we may show the actual product descriptions in there as well, and all of these work the same way. So let's actually jump back over to our browser again, and I'm going to log into this particular site so that I'm now logged in as a wholesaler. And oh, it says I have a pending shopping cart. This is actually another really cool feature. I'm going to go ahead and cancel the old one, but what that allows me to do is never lose an order. So if I'm placing a very large order with this particular company and I get called away and get logged out, my order is still going to be in there from the last time that I had logged in. Let's go in now, and we have logged in. Let's go back to chains. And again, we'll pick on the very first chain here. And we can see, well, there's only one product there, so that's not really what I wanted to show. Let's go to some place where there's a whole bunch of products on one page. Let's go to silver charms and pendants, for example. And let's go, I don't know, let's pick on cross charms. So now we've got a whole bunch of charms all on the same page here. And you can see that we've actually in this place also got what we call a floating add to cart button. So I could say I want to get 5 of these for my store, and I want 10 of these for my store. And I'm going to slide down here and I'm going to get 3 of these and 15 of these. However many I'm going to get of each one. Maybe I'm going to get 20 of these. I've got a religious goods store, for example, and so I need to get a bunch of different cross charms to put in there. Get 12 of these and so on. When I'm all done selecting those, I hit add to cart, and all of the ones that I chose are added to the cart all at the same time so that I don't have to go back in there and redo things. Of course, I can also come in here and change the quantities at this point if I want to. Now, depending upon the pricing level, the site that I just showed you actually allows you to order not only by the piece, but by the weight. In this case here, selling silver jewelry, jewelry may be sold by the weight, not just by the piece, and this gives you the option to do that. Another thing that you can do as the dealer of the products going into purchase products is you can look at your past orders, and then you can click on a past order and simply see what that is, make a payment on any open orders, or you can click on the order itself and hit reorder so that you can reorder the same thing over and over again without having to go back in and fill your cart in each time. And of course, you can edit that cart, add new products to it, and so forth, but it gives you the opportunity to make orders very quickly. Now, another thing that you can do is you can actually have products that might be available in certain locations, but not in others. So in this case here, we're showing products that are available in, say, California, but are not available in Colorado. There are strict laws about selling soil, in this case, in various states, and you have to actually be licensed in each state in order to be able to sell those products. It may be that you simply don't have a dealer in those states, and so if somebody's looking around on your site, you want to only show them products that are relevant for their specific location. So let's jump over to our browser and show you an example of this. I'm going to go to that Master Nursery website, and I'm going to look under products and go to soils and amendments, because those are the things that are licensed there. And it's going to ask me what state I'm in. Well, let's start out by choosing Colorado. And it says there aren't any soils and amendments available in Colorado. So now I'm going to choose instead California and hit submit. And now we can see what soils and amendments are available in California, and there's quite a few. You can actually set this to be automated if you want to, and not give somebody a choice and just say, based upon where your browser's IP address is coming from, I'm only going to show you products where you currently are. You may want to have the option to have somebody pick a different state in case they're traveling or they're purchasing for a relative or so forth. Again, all of that is optional. Now you can also have account-specific pages. In this case here, I've logged in as a dealer, and there are product images that I, as the manufacturer or distributor, may want to provide to the dealers that are selling my product, the stores that are selling my products. Give them high-resolution graphic images that are not available to the general public. Of course, you can have a store location map. You've got stores all over the place that are selling your products. You may want to have somebody be able to locate those specific places. So let's jump back over here. We'll just use Master Nursery as an example again and go to the Garden Center locator. And we will put in a zip code. And we'll search by zip code within a 20-mile radius. Brings up a result of all of the garden centers within a 20-mile radius of the zip code that I put in there. You can again customize this to however you want. In this case here, if I was to click on the logo of the company, King's Nursery, it would take me to the current King's Nursery website. On the other hand, if I was to pick on their address, it would bring up a Google map showing me where that particular garden center is located. So some great options there for doing a zip code locator. And this is an example of that on the slides. Now we've got a number of different interfaces that you can see. This is all the same software. It's the Web Stores Limited B2B wholesale shopping cart. This is how the Master Nursery site looks. The exact same software for Rocky Mountain Nature Association. Again, the same software in this case for Colorado Mountain Jams, Taos Drums, and a completely different look and feel here for Marna Matke custom brag bags. Now there's another feature that we have in the software that we call banners and boxes. And in this case here, which you can see with the Assur wholesale silver jewelry, this area in the middle here is what's called a banner. And you can click on that banner and actually have it have a page behind the banner. And each of these boxes you can also customize to put in whatever products you want on every single page. We have a fairly sophisticated back end that allows you to add and edit the banners or to add and edit boxes so that you can customize the site to look the way you want. There are an unlimited number of pricing levels that are available to you as the manufacturer or distributor selling to the stores. And you can see here that we can put in what we want to call the price level, what discount they get, their first level of discount and what the minimum is for that, their second level of discount, what their minimum is for that, what their first order minimum is, and what the minimum domestic or international order is. You can make this kind of look like however you want to. And then when you go in to edit the products, you actually have all of these different price levels that are available to you to put in a price. Let's go ahead and take a look at that in the live software. So I'm going to jump over to the back end of the software, and I'm going to go to Edit Products. Now you can see here that I'm in the category of super light chains, and it looks like the price is 0. Well, the reason is that this cart is set up as a wholesale cart, and if I actually come in here and click on one of the particular product names, just go ahead and zoom in here so that you can see what I'm doing. I'm picking on the product name, and then I've got all these different price levels here that I can put in a different amount for each price level. Now that might be somewhat complicated, and so a good way to do this is to actually be able to bulk upload your products or your customers. You might have hundreds or even thousands of customers. You certainly might have hundreds, even thousands of products, and you can upload this information from an Excel file. So if I actually jump over here to Excel, this is an example of an Excel file that we can upload. And you can see that we put in the product ID, the product name, the detail information, which this one doesn't have, what category the product's going to go into. In this case, this company only has the retail or the base price and a wholesale price. You might, in the case of the jewelry company, have 12 different prices that you would put into your thumbnail, into your spreadsheet. And then what the thumbnail images and the full-size image is that's going to go in there. Now when you put the image in there, you might say, okay, well that's uploading the pointer to the image, but not the image itself. So in the back end of the software, we actually have the ability to mass upload images as well. And as long as the image name corresponds with the name in the Excel file, you can very easily populate a site that has thousands of products in it. Some of our customers are actually putting in a bulk upload of their products as much as daily because their prices or their availability changes. In the case of the Nursery Association, we actually had a situation where the growers of the plant materials were automatically uploading their products into the database every night at 2 a.m. through an automated FTP process that would suck the information out of their database as to what was available, FTP the information up to the website, and automatically download it. Coupons are another interesting item. Certainly retail carts all have coupons, but you may have coupons for wholesale sites as well. And one of the differences here is that we can set up the coupons to be by a specific price level. So let's actually take a look at this. For example, we will go to the back end here of this site again, and we are going to go to coupons, and we're going to create a new coupon. And we'll just call this coupon, let's call it Spring Sale as the coupon code. That's what somebody's going to have to type in order to get this particular discount. And let's then put in Spring Sale for price level SP. And what the expiration date's going to be, maybe it's going to not expire until the 28th of the month. And is it going to be a % off, an amount off, or free shipping? Let's say that it's going to be an amount off of $50 only for SP1s as our price level, and only after they have spent a minimum of $500. How many times can the coupon be used? Well, we're only going to let it be used one time, but no limit to how many times it can be applied. And we are going to send that to the entire catalog. So you can see that there's a number of different options here for creating the coupons, and then we simply hit create coupon. We tell our dealers, the stores that are selling our products, that if they now enter coupon code Spring Sale, that they're and spend a minimum of $500, that we're going to give them $50 off their order. Number of different shipping methods. These may not vary significantly from a retail cart, except that depending upon what you're selling, you may be shipping products differently. We certainly have the standard things of like real-time UPS shipping calculations, but if you are selling, and we have some people doing this, selling trees at wholesale, for example, you're going to be shipping those by common carrier, and you may want to set up a table based upon either how many products they're ordering, what the weight of the truck is going to be, and so forth. So you may want to be able to set up some tables based upon the way that you are actually going to ship, especially if you are going to be doing some things with common carrier or you're shipping product in bulk, and real-time UPS shipping calculations doesn't make sense. You can have multiple ship to addresses. One order being able to ship to multiple addresses. So in this case here, the personalized bag, where are we going to ship it to? On the back end of the order, we can see that we've got multiple bags, each with their own shipping address. Payment options are critical for a wholesale site. You are not just going to accept credit cards, but you may also want to accept company purchase orders or be able to invoice customers that have with an open account if they have established terms. So in the case of the jewelry site where we had 12 different pricing levels, some of those pricing levels may require people to have a net 30 terms, other ones might have net 60 or net 90 and so forth. And those do not necessarily have to correspond to the pricing levels. You can have as many different types of established terms, credit terms, as you want to. Now what happens here is that the customer goes through, puts all of his products into his shopping cart, they proceed to the checkout, and then whichever payment options you have specified on the back end of the software are the ones that show up on the front end of the software. So in this case here, we can see that we have a choice of paying with established credit terms because we happen to have an account on file. If we did not have an account on file, even though we had checked that we want someone that does have that to be able to purchase that way, instead of having use established credit terms here, either that option would not appear or we would put up a message that says, click here to apply for credit terms. Of course, maybe somebody wants to pay with an electronic check or even a company credit card, or perhaps they're going to pay with a company purchase order. Now, certainly on the back end, you can edit a customer. In this case here, we can see that we can change what the price level is that we are giving that particular customer and what their terms are. A really unique feature of the web store's shopping cart is that you can edit an order even after it has been placed. So for example, somebody may have come in here and they ordered 30 of this particular snake chain, and I don't have 30 of them in stock, so I'm going to have to back order them. I've only got 10 of them in stock. I can come in there, change the quantity of that, ship them out what I have in stock, and then contact them and say, hey, I didn't have these in stock. Do you want me to substitute this other product that I've got that is similar, or do you just want me to put these on back order? The web store shopping cart software is totally customizable. We can make it look like and do anything that you want. We have created custom reports for people that can actually be fairly complex. If I jump back over here to the wholesale jewelry site, for example, you can see here that I can come in here, do an advanced customer search, be able to generate all types of information about what things I want to pull out here, and even dump that information into an Excel file for further analysis if I want to. We've done all sorts of reports on where product is located, where it's shipping to. The reporting options are unlimited, and the shopping cart is unlimited. It's a shell structure that allows anyone that is selling products at wholesale to stores to be able to get the type of ordering system that their customers expect for the kind of products that you are selling. We can do all sorts of things for your business. Utilizing our shopping cart, we can create the website that you need to be able to sell your products to another business at wholesale. Web stores can be found on the internet at webstoresltd.com, and you may call us toll free at 877 924 1414.